Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of the Grapple Gurus. I am your host for today, the Dazzler, and I am joined today by the man who's all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? Mr. Main Event himself. It is Roink the Clown. What are you saying?
I'm happy to be here to talk about one of the worst Disney manias in history.
All gas, no brakes is off to a flyer already. And obviously, there's no double A today, which is a shame, but in his stead, we have someone even greater. We have the Karate Man. We have man with a twisted grin. He is all ego, first boss. What's going on?
I mean, I'm not here instead of Double A. That's a bit of an insult. But,
Well, not instead. I know. Do you not get
well,
the Karate Man gimmick? That was
But
all he
hopefully-
feed. Yeah, go on.
The only thing I'm just hoping is that Roink sticks around today. So we'll see.
So let's get Roink started then. So night 2, how did it compare for you to night 1? Or did you think it was all trash?
Listen, night 2 was better, but it's not hard to be better than night 1 because night 1, like I said, I think was one of the worst WrestleManias living in history. I think night 2 there wasn't that much more matches, if I'll be honest. So I think
One less, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think so. But even match time, there wasn't that much. But to kick us off, you got Ober and Brock. Brock with potential retiring, question mark, who knows? You never know. Saudi Arabia next year, he gets paid 30 million and a camel on his back. So you never know.
Well, before you, I feel like you were just going to power through the card. So if you could just stop for a second, because you mentioned yeah. Can we just discuss that quickly? Like in terms of the match, because we predicted it before when we was doing our preview. We said it was going to be. I think Roink said there was no point in watching it. We'd seen everything we needed to see, and we'd seen the moves, everything. The match was going to be 1 minute long. Well, that weren't the case.
You're right. It was 4.
It was 4.
Well done. Yeah, it was 4. Yeah, cool.
It's 4 minutes 47, so I'll put it up to 5.
But what I'm saying is, Ober took a few Germans.
Mm.
He had a hot start, then took a few Germans. The psychology of the match, Brock was like, what the hell? Who is this guy? But then he kind of pulled him out, mashed him up outside. German, went for the F5, and then obviously Ober took over. But obviously the real story is the retirement. And you're saying Saudi next year, you think he might come back? But if that's the case, I'm not happy with him putting as far as I don't want Brock to retire. Can I put that on record? I enjoy seeing him as a spectacle. Wow. Not as a main event guy, but I enjoy him coming back every now and then. You know what I mean? He's got a place.
That's interesting.
I was upset to see him I was like, no, because it caught me by surprise. So I was not prepared for this. If you told me we're on Brock's final run, or if you told me SummerSlam in Minnesota, it's a career ending match, I'll be like, okay, I'm prepared for this. Brock's going to lose, blah, blah, blah. Fine. Because it came out of nowhere, I was a bit like, If you're going out your way to put your boots in the ring, your gloves, you're crying, you're hugging Heyman, you got to go.
That looks real to me, personally.
Yeah, and you got to go. If you come back now...
just to your point, though, just to your point, I don't know if you remember, I'm sorry, I love you. Bang! Sweet tune music. And then Ric Flair reappeared in TNA, or you got Shawn Michaels. That's it, that's it, it's over. And then bang, Saudi Arabia, that money got him back, bold Shawn Michaels with Triple H.
Yeah, but Shawn, look, I'm not the biggest Shawn fan, but you got to give him some grace because I'm sure he was gone for a good few years.
Oh,
we're talking a while.
It feels like 10 plus. It feels like it was 10 plus.
Possibly. Yeah, because it wasn't that long ago.
I just think I don't know, obviously he's got a family, and if they're paying you a ridiculous amount of money, and Brock, I imagine Brock first match, then bang, he was on that plane, private jet, straight back home, back to the farm. But imagine if Saudi Arabia turn around and say, we'll pay you 30, 40 million, listen, this is not crazy, just for a quick 4 minute, 4 minute
agree
match.
With you, but you got to think, Brock for some reason feels like he beats to his own drum. I don't know whether, if he's just happy, he wants to, I don't know, hunt steer in his farm, he might just do that. If he's done, he's done. But he can always come back, I guess, 34 million course, but I don't know.
But okay,
it felt real to me.
Yeah, because I feel like Saudi Arabia will be like, we've got to have Brock. We've got to have this beast that people talk about.
I hear what you're saying. Right? But nobody told him to put the stuff in the ring then. You didn't have to do that. You could have taken your loss, rolled out the ring, and don't appear until next year in Saudi Arabia.
But that's the point.
Why?
Yeah, but
No,
that's the point.
why did he put, if he's gone out of his way to put his stuff in the ring, accept it. 30 million, 40 million, 100 million. You should now have to turn that down. Like, nobody told you to do that.
No, but
You
that's the
chose to
point.
do that. So now you need to go, I have to honour it.
But that's the point. Someone have a conversation. So why have you done that, man? I'm done, man. I'm tired. Yeah, but okay, cool. So all of a sudden, Saudi Arabia comes knocking. They're like, listen, Mr. Brock
No, but he
Lesnar.
knew Saudi was coming up.
I
It's
get
not something
that.
that he didn't know.
I get that. But Mr. Brock Lesnar, how much? How much?
What we're saying is
Everyone,
this wasn't planned.
everybody's got a price.
So it wasn't planned. Then we're saying
I don't think so.
I don't. Apparently, Triple H, I think, said he didn't know. But
could be working. Could be working.
I was going to say, but he's a liar because then when he comes back, it's, did you enjoy the show? It's all part of the show. So it's like, well,
Yeah, but what it did do
understand?
though, if you watched Raw the next night, Ober is so fucking over. I mean, he was over anyway, but they have created a star now that, well, Brock's created the star, they've created a star that he can just walk into any feud now. Like, imagine WrestleMania next year, Ober versus Roman Reigns or something. Roman Reigns doesn't lose, and Ober's going for the title against him, or Ober versus Cody, the rematch. Now it's legitimate that he can beat anyone, even though Brock's been beaten so many times the last 2 years. Like, people forget Cody beat him, this person beat him, Reigns beat him clean, but he still has this aura that now Ober, he's serious now, even though he was already.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. I'm interested. I don't know if they. I didn't watch Raw, but have they insinuated or given us an indication of Ober's next feud?
Well, Ober, no, he came out. It was kind of a pointless segment. He came out. The crowd were going, ooh, like, it was like 20 minutes of him just walking to the ring, everyone doing the Ober shit. And he was in the ring and the crowd were going, oh, Ober, for like 10 minutes. And I think he just said, I am the ruler. I am here. And then dropped the mic and left.
So it's like similar, like a reverse Roman. I think there was one WrestleMania Roman one, didn't he? And then he came out Raw to booze, came out. It was like a whole 10-minute thing. Yeah, this is my yard. Dashed the mic and walked off.
Yeah. But, okay, if we're going to quickly talk about, how do we do this then? All right, because Fatu was a night one, we'll quickly talk about the insinuation for his next feud. Because it looks like the Bloodline's back. Basically, Roman came out to celebrate his title at the end. And the Usos were there in Gorilla. And he went, come with me. And they all came out and they sort of done the old pose from the Bloodline. And then
the whole, yeah.
It was good. And Reigns went, look, when we were running this thing for 4 years, we were together. We were a fist. If we're like this, we got old ass rappers attacking you. We've got is it Cameron? We've got some broke ass rapper troubling you. People challenge us for everywhere. But if we're a fist, if we're together, I don't want you to follow me. I want us to be together as a team. So that was the thing. And okay, cool.
So basically, the Jade experiment didn't work. But yeah.
Yeah, basically. And we all knew that was going to happen. But then right at the end, then Jacob Fatu's music played. And Jacob came out and was like, what's going on? And then he's like, I want what you have, sort of thing. Like, I want my kids to go back to school. I want this. Like, I want the jets. I want everything. I want to make my life better for my family. The crowd were going actually sick. Like, Fatu was like the face. And then Reigns was like, I don't think you're ready yet. I'll give you all your answer next week. But if you want me at Backlash, you need to think about what you're doing. And he's talking to Jim. He said, talk to your boy. And he went, oh, little cousin, I'll see you soon. So Fatu obviously is now well in the main event picture, going for the world title. It's a feud that I'm quite looking forward to, actually. The stories they could play from that. Or you don't seem impressed, First Boss?
I'm not going to be a hypocrite because I went on record to say I'm not really interested what Jacob or Drew do coming out of that feud because it felt like a whole waste of time and nothing. However,
trust me, watch the segment later.
We'll see. That's what I was going to say. I don't mind. If I'm not adverse to watching and seeing if they can bring it back. But for me, the Jacob character is stalled. The Drew character, to me, is over for what they've done to him. But if that's the feud they're going down,
I think for you, maybe the Fatu character's over. But the way the reactions were in the crowd, he's taken out. He's got a rocket now.
Now you've said what he's doing. This is probably the best thing for him because you bring the family angle into it. You can somehow integrate like the Usos. I'm sure Solo will somehow get himself involved because he's kind of done. It looks like they're insinuating he'll be done with the MFT soon. So they're talking about bringing in. To be honest. Didn't they talk about bringing in Zilla? I don't know. So there could be a lot of.
Who's Zilla?
Another cousin.
Bacteria. What's going on?
He had a match. So, he had a match with Alistair Black 2.0 in other words of Karrion Kross for the MLW world title, which he lost.
Okay. And so is it Tamatonga might turn face? Might join up with him. But there's ways to go. That family.
So yeah, it's a good direction. If you're going to bring back the Jacob character. But let's move on to the next match because
just really quickly, just on that point, talking about Obafemi there, and it just goes to show when Disney wants to and they want to put the strap on someone, and we've seen it time and time before, they will do it. Cena, Rock, etc., etc. And it just goes to show with LA Knight.
Don't put those two in the same bracket. But go on.
No, but
don't put Cena and Rock in the same bracket.
No, but you know what I mean. And Roman, if they would have put the Rock on him, Eddie Guerrero, and I think with LA Knight, yeah, man, I just don't see where he fits.
LA Knight got to do with this?
But it's my point. No, my point is,
on Raw, he's still going. He's going for the world title now, isn't he?
Who?
LA was talking to because. Yeah, Gunther.
Jacob's going for the world title.
They're all in it now. Like the big shake-up. There's always that Raw after WrestleMania.
Big shake-up. Yeah.
So hold on, really? Actually, that's a good point. I think that's what I don't know how we got into Roman, but that's what I was saying. Where does Ober go from here? What? Because if it's not going to be Roman, because that's Jacob, where are we going with Ober after this mega push that he's had?
We don't know really. Because Backlash could be a filler feud. We don't know because. I don't know how big Backlash is a lot of the time.
You've got to showcase him, really.
It's difficult because who's the
There's options.
Is
Gunther and LA Knight are going to feud now, looks like.
Okay.
That's what... Sorry, go on.
I suppose going to both your points, right? When obviously Dazzler's saying about, oh, man, he's over, and they're all doing the strong Ober. And going to First Boss's point, he's beaten Brock, right? So it's like, where do you go from here? So, ordinarily you'd think, right, maybe Intercontinental Championship Penta. Nah, not happening.
Is he too big for the Intercontinental belt? I don't know.
I feel like he could be already,
I think he could be. Listen, you got to think TKO, money, business. Like, we got to sell this stuff. So there's no one to, like Daz has put about Backlash and fill a feud. Who do you fill in? Rusev?
Yeah, but can't they do it like we always praise AEW for having just so many top level people just there, and they can't all go for the belt. There's only one belt, and we've done loads of things where it's like, well,
we have.
He needs his run. But sometimes they can feud with each other. Maybe it's nice to have options.
Yeah,
and
so
Ober,
he doesn't need a title feud, but he needs a meaningful feud.
Yeah, so maybe he might go for Gunther next, or LA Knight, or like LA Knight and Gunther look like they haven't. Gunther, if we're being honest, will probably squash LA Knight in a couple of weeks, and then he can feud with Gunther properly because obviously Gunther and Heyman have a link, and maybe Heyman's going to be pissed off still at Ober because he retired his beast. I don't know. There could be some links here. He could feud with Gunther, whatever. And I think a good top level feud.
That would be, yeah.
I suppose the only difficulty is that the way they've positioned Gunther is, and I go back to it, I know we've mentioned previous episodes, he's retired Cena, he's retired AJ Styles, he's retired Goldberg. You can't have a guy, and he's beat Seth at WrestleMania, you can't have someone of that track record losing to Ober. I'm not saying he shouldn't, I'm not saying he's to Ober, at this one point, but I think you've equally, like I say you, Disney have put him in that trajectory where it's kind of like, well, momentum. Allegedly it was supposed to be Ray who retires next, or even Brock. And I sort of think the guy that retires Cena, the guy that retires AJ Styles, the guy that retires Goldberg, he should be in your Obafemi trajectory as well, no? Push to the moon.
You can lose. Like AEW does it. They top people can lose against certain people sometimes, and it's not bad. Because with the other world title, because you didn't watch Raw first, boss. It looks like CM Punk and Cody are going to feud for it. Looks like
What?
because
Didn't Orton?
Punk came out and was talking about. Sorry, what did you say? Orton
I
smashed
say,
him. I know
didn't Orton
Backlash.
punt him in his head? So surely that generates. I need my revenge on Orton for punting me in the head.
Well, they're putting seeds down anyway because it was like Punk came out gave this long promo sort of thing, and Cody sort of interrupted him. Said, "No, look, anytime," he said, "a world title opportunity can just fall in your lap. Who knows?" Blah blah blah. And then Cody comes out with a black eye. I don't know if is it legit because he had a massive black eye.
I was going to say, apparently it is, but who knows?
Yeah, apparently he is. I think he's in like concussion protocol at the moment.
Oh, bless him.
His
Yeah.
eyelids swell up.
Oh, it did look. It didn't look fake. Like I was like, raw. Like, but then he said, "Don't you feel like?" I think Punk was going, "Look, I don't feel like a loser. It's fine. I lost, but I'm still the best in the world." Like, sort of laughing about it.
Plastic
I'm
Punk, yeah.
46. Yeah, CM Punk was going, "Yeah, it's fine." Like, he was upset. He was a better man today, all that, the other. And Cody went, "I'm surprised, like, because when I lost to WrestleMania, like, I felt like a loser." And he's saying, Punk went, "Are you saying that I should feel like a loser?" No, but no, I did lose. So technically I'm a loser, but I'm not a loser, sort of thing. No, and then he went to the crowd. CM Punk went, "Look, guys, relax. We're friends. We're friends." And I got a boo. They went, "Boo, you're not friends." I think he said, "Look," and he looking at his title, went, title shots can fall into people's laps, can't they? And as he's walking away, Cody went, "Punk, wait, name the time and place." And they went,
Oh,
"Oh,
right, okay.
oh." So it could happen in 6 months, SummerSlam, whatever,
Yeah.
but it's a
I've got
seed.
to
It's
say,
just a seed, isn't it?
It's a
I
seed, yeah.
absolutely
Hate it.
I hate Cody
Of course.
and I hate PG Punk.
Yeah.
He is so like he's so Bruce Wayne. He's so Clark Kent. Actually, to be fair,
Why is
he's
he what
just
Bruce Wayne?
yeah,
Keep
but
that
he's
man out your
just
mouth.
yeah. PG Punk's Bruce Wayne and Cody is Clark Kent. Just these, it's just so unauthentic. And you know what? Whilst we talk about PG Punk, we might as well jump on it now. We're on Mania Night 2, right?
Yeah.
And we're on this chat group. And the first boss had the audacity to start messaging, right, the entrance.
Don't think he did like that, but yeah.
I was going to say,
emojis, gifs, voice
It
notes.
was sick
It was
entrance.
absolutely embarrassing.
so
to be quite frank.
context. When Punk came out to, and I can't pronounce Roink because he
Mysterio
couldn't
yeah.
hear. Yeah, when he came out to that tune in AEW, Roink the Clown was DMing CM Punk on Instagram saying how much he loved the callback. The entrance was the greatest entrance he's ever had. He didn't put it in the group. He
And there's
DM'd
receipts.
CM Punk himself, and he put the YouTube videos on. And do you know what? With the magic of editing, I might even put it here right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, when I mentioned that he came out to this same tune in WWE, I said, Roink, how do you feel about this? Roink said, and over to Roink.
What did you say?
Right.
Of course it was. Of course.
He was right.
Man was sitting on top of the stadium, bro.
Just like Zack Sabre Jr. said, you could read Shakespeare to a dog and it sounds lovely, but it's still pointless. And that's my point. The thing is, there were a bunch of fans there, you Disney fans, sat there listening to this. And I bet there's like 90%. No, do you know what? That's understanding. 99.9% did not understand the significance of that tune. But this is the thing about
But I
Disney.
don't care if they understand it. We liked it. All First Boss said it was sick. Because he got the reference and he liked it.
Because they won't remember that in AEW. Not this fan.
Wait, when did he pretend? When did he say he pretend? What?
Yeah,
I
dude,
don't
Mania
understand.
Dude,
Why-
he pretended.
why-
He's pretended. He's pretended for this whole period that he's never been in AEW.
Don't think that's the case.
I think
I
it
just
is.
don't think that it
I
just
think
haven't
it is.
mentioned it.
I think he has. He's
Okay.
pretended.
I know that he's okay. I know what you're getting at because
I'm gonna
he
copy
said
the
I've
man,
been
tell
away
us.
for 8 years. I've been around. I haven't been here for 8 years, and now he's coming out to this song like he didn't do it already. Like, but he's not said in your head. He said that he's not said this is the first time I'm doing it. He's not said that. He's just come out to it again. He didn't have to announce. He didn't have to
Right,
announce.
you sound like a jilted lover, bro. Jesus.
I was gonna say that is a bit mad.
I've moved on.
No, I'll give you this. I will give you when he came out to the song in AEW, it was better. The MJF, the shocking MJF face, and I've always said it. Excalibur is one of my favorite commentators of all time. He makes it. He's like, do you know where Punk used this song for the first
It gives you
time.
so much
He used the
context,
first time,
doesn't it?
and I'm
Yeah.
like getting goosebumps. Well, what did he do that? Oh my god! Like he gives us so much context. And don't get me wrong, the entrance was much better in AEW, but that doesn't mean it was whack. It was
Meanwhile,
still
Michael
a good
Cole sat
segment.
there, Michael Cole just sat
Don't
there,
get me
hasn't got
started
a
on Michael Cole.
clue what's going on. He's just been fed lines by Paul the Chef and the TK conglomerate. It's, yeah, man. And whilst we're on that match, I think, I'll tell you what, I'll
Yeah,
give
what
you
did you think
this.
of the match?
I'll give you this, right? I thought it was a good match. Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match. However, the entrances for Roman were good, this and the other. I think what lacked it for me was the poor story. I feel the stuff about being an old man. I feel the stuff about burying you next to your dad. I just think it was just wasted. I think it was poor. I don't think you needed it. I think you just needed you could tell the story. The story was, I've been here, you took your ball, you went home, I've been a top guy, I've been main eventing Mania, you went away, you got yourself into another company.
They
You've
did
tried
all that.
no, yeah, but they could have. For me personally, they only squeezed that in within their last face to face. In between that, it was I powerbombed you in the commentary table. Ha 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 ha. Well, I'm gonna powerbomb you in the commentary table. Ha 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 ha. No, you're old. Ha 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 ha. No, you're dad. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, but
Oh, I'm sorry I
the
said about that, your
the
dad. Okay, that's okay. I'm so jealous of you that they're gonna like you since you've been away. I was like, what is going on here? Like,
but at least the old man thing did play into the match though. The only reason he lost is because he couldn't outlast him. He got exhausted because he was an old man.
he was fatigued.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he's up.
even that. I get what they did. But look, that same finish, that same double GTS put away Moxley and Seth.
Yeah,
But Roman couldn't. He couldn't do it to Roman.
it's Roman, though, isn't it? Roman don't lose. Lol.
Well, then, yes, so. I guess so. I'm not going to hate too much. I was just.
It was all right. It was
It was
after
all right.
night
Yeah,
one. It was just
it was clever. It was a
yeah.
clever finish, but part of me was like, why does it have to be? You can do it to Mox, you can do it to Seth, but you can't do it to Roman. It's like, come on, man.
So okay, so all the other matches then. Frank, what did you think of the ladder match? Because I enjoyed that match. I mean,
It should.
for me, if you just get loads of people into a ladder match, I'm happy, sort of thing. A few high flyers, a few high spots.
Yeah, it's your typical. Listen, everyone get your Mania ticket, run around, jump around, and there we are.
Why are you diminishing a good old fashioned ladder match? Money in the Bank is one of the best matches, usually, like, of the year. As I said, glorified Money in the Bank, it was great. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Money in the Bank with like
The title,
C-list competitors, but
C-list.
Yeah,
well,
no, do you
JD
know what?
McDonough,
It's true though.
Ray,
JD.
JD,
Dragon
whatever his
Lee.
name is. Ray just randomly coming back, just said, I'm in it. Oh, okay, fine. Rusev, I mean, he is a shadow of his
Rusev
mirror
looks
self.
strong.
Nah, he ain't no mirror though.
No, he credit where credit's due. Yeah, like you said, you kind of I mean, myself and Roink have said this already. Like Rusev hasn't had the greatest return.
Yeah.
I know Double A was defending with his no, Disney he's the greatest, blah blah blah. But he and Aleister Black, they're too good. But what we have to admit, I mean, Aleister's character. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We'll get that another day. But Rusev hasn't been used well. But credit where credit's due. It's a good showing.
Raw,
It was a good showing in that ladder match.
They're still pushing him on in Raw because obviously, so Ethan Page debuted as the newest member of Raw. We knew they were going to do that because he's done it all in NXT now, whatever. And his first match, though, speaking of momentum, Roink, so his first match was against Javon Evans.
Yeah.
Because they have history from NXT.
Yeah.
And he just beat him clean. So it's like, what does that do to Javon Evans' momentum?
Hey, he's flip-floppy Ricochet 2.0. That's the ceiling.
So when he bashed him up, Rusev came out because he blames Javon for losing the ladder match, whatever. And he was just smirking him in the middle of the ring, giving him accolades and all shit. And then Penta comes out to save Javante from a beating. And then Rusev just beats the shit out of Penta again. And then holds the icy belt. And then Ethan Page in the corner again. Whoa, dude. He went, I'm all right. No, he went, when he came out to beat Javon, Page went, not interested, bruv. I'm cool. And then when Penta was beating him up, he went, oh, actually, bang. He murked Penta and said, there you go, big man. It's all yours, isn't it? It's cool. It's all yours. Ethan Page is too sick. But then Rusev is there holding the belt and that. And I don't know how much you put on the IC anymore. But they at least making him look like he's strong again.
No, that's a top
in that
level.
way.
I mean, if he gets an IC feud,
He
fair play.
battered both of them.
Fair
Yeah,
play.
it's just like,
That's not
So
that's not
you just
that's not a
reminded
bad
me.
spot to be in.
You've just reminded me of the IC title as well. Like Gunther.
Hmm.
Gunther's the longest reigning IC champion, isn't he? Is that right?
yeah, incredible what he did with that belt. Yeah,
Mate,
yeah.
I just thought Gunther on paper should be on an Ober famer trajectory, and he's just not.
Well,
I
he
feel
is.
like
He's
that
like top
mania.
level, isn't he?
He is,
Hold on,
but I
He's
don't
hold
the,
on,
know.
hold
he's the
on, hold
longest
on.
world
No,
champion.
no, but I
hold
feel
on.
like
I
that
was gonna
mania
say
booking, that mania booking, I feel like was an afterthought. It was
He beat
yeah,
Seth
but
Rollins. Though.
Yeah, but I just don't think
exactly.
I don't think he should have been in that story, and even that is a bit of a like you're going back to. So, and I do apologize to flip flop, but apparently,
No,
like
it's all good.
he goes to Paul, you owe me a favor, whatever it is, and we don't really know what that favor is. Maybe that prolongs to Seth. Maybe he's going to interfere with Seth, but it looks like I think they're heading towards Bron Breaker and
No,
Seth.
because Braun smashed him up on Raw in it, so yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm a bit like you're mad, right? It's the longest reigning IC title holder. Got that in the
Yeah,
bag. Went straight into being the world champion. Held
yeah.
that for a while.
Lost to
Lost
main
it,
event
but
Jey.
then won it back. So he's a two-time world champion now, right? Then he had like Dazzler just said. Then you've beaten Seth Rollins at
Yeah,
WrestleMania. You
That's
can't say
pretty good.
you've retired John Cena. You've
and
retired
And
Goldberg
AJ
Goldberg.
Styles.
and
You
AJ.
can't say that is a
That's a great
trajectory and a
year.
half, mate.
It is.
You can't argue
But
with that.
I get that, but I just feel
Yeah.
like they knew about Braun being injured a good like 4 weeks really, and I
Not gonna
feel
deny, not gonna
that,
deny that
that
storyline. It felt shoehorned, but they still gave him that win.
no, I get that.
Commonplace, in
I
my opinion.
understand that. I understand that, but what I mean is, someone at that trajectory, in my opinion,
I don't
you
think you know
can't
what
be,
trajectory means. I don't
but
think
you
you know
can't,
what it means.
but you can't be shoehorning him into a
You
story.
can't go any
I
higher.
I agree. I agree. It does seem it was a random feud placed 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before. But
Yeah,
either way, that's happened. I get it. I get what you're saying, but clearly
yeah,
they had another plan that didn't come into fruition. But at the
yeah,
same time, you can't say that they haven't done him dirty either,
yeah.
because they gave him a main spot and they beat one of their, if not their top star. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Fair point. Fair point.
It's the
I just think
venom. He wants to
when
hate.
it's all
He just
said and
wants to hate.
done, I think the bigger story is clearly their bigger story is Bron Breakker and Seth. That's the real story. That's why you got Bron interfering. And
yeah, of
I don't
course. But
think,
that was
Yeah, it's
probably
back now.
that's
yeah,
probably what they wanted to do. That's why they pivoted to the other one. But it doesn't. Either way, yeah, they're on course correction now.
Now,
So
one thing I will comment on, because I think it's important. I'll comment on this for a lot of Disney fans out there.
I'll
Two
be the
thi-
judge of this. If it's important or not. Go on.
Yeah, for two things. For some of you, you've been introduced to Jade Cargill, and some of you may be there. Oh my God, what a phenomenon and a phenom and all that. She was an AW newsflash. Anyway, there was a maneuver she felt it appropriate to use right in that match. Some of you may have been astounded by that move, but for clarity, it is called a one-winged angel, yeah, and it is used by the wrestling god that is Kenny
I knew
Omega.
this was coming up.
Yeah.
I knew
I'm
this was
surprised
coming
it
as
took
well.
this long. I'm
Why
surprised it took this long.
earth? How dare she? How dare she? How dare she? And you know what? That would have gone over all the Disney fans. So, that's a quick snap there. That's a really good snap there from the shoulders.
They wouldn't say snap. How dumb do you think Disney fans are? Like, a snap there, you
Man
know.
says snap man.
Oh, that's the perfect move. But like, I tell you what, you know my feelings of Jade, whatever. But I think that was like her best match she's ever had. I think it was a decent match for her. What did you think of it? I mean, not the match. I mean, for her ability level, I thought it was all right for her.
Yeah, I mean, she had a good match against
Tiffany.
Yeah, well, even in AEW, she had a good match against Ty Mello. To be fair, that was one of the best
Was it?
matches.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, generally like a decent match. To be fair, I think the shame is. I suppose the question is, did Rhea need the title? I don't think she did. I feel Jade
her
needs.
character was her and her little best friend gimmick thing. It's not. I think she does. I think she did need the title to re-establish herself as top level. Yeah.
I think to re-establish herself personally is to pivot her as a heel.
Well, and to help Rio as well, because they've done a big thing on Raw as well, First Boss. So they had a tag match against the Kabuki Warriors, and the Kabuki Warriors were talking about Rio's again, saying like,
Warriors.
I'm your senpai. Asuka's sick. I don't know what you're talking about. But they had a big emotional like farewell when Rhea was leaving, even though they go from Raw to SmackDown when
I
they
was going
feel
to
like
say,
anyway.
I think all
I
that
know.
brands. Oh,
I
I'm never
know.
going to see you again. I'll just turn up on Raw.
But she was just like, I've got to go and do my thing on SmackDown now, I guess. So like, so they're moving them apart now. So Rhea
Good.
now can shine now, and she's going to run SmackDown. Not run it, but you know, because they've got a lot of people came up. Like I guess Sol Ruka debuted on Raw. She had a title match against Liv Morgan, so she's going to be on Raw now. They've had what?
Did she hit a finisher where she had to make sure the opponent was positioned correctly in the corner so she
No,
could?
she actually. It looks very organic. This one.
Nah,
Okay.
Double
Yeah,
A's
she
not
Double
here
A
actually.
to
love
defend himself,
Double A
but
loves that when they
but in Double A's defense,
organically, find
had he been
themselves in a
here, he would be
corner,
defending this
stand
into
up.
the moon. And he'll be saying, no. The thing is, with Sol Ruka, when she does it, like, it's very organic. That's why. It's very organic. So you don't know because you guys don't watch NXT. I've been watching her since she was like 12.
Yeah,
And
he
she's
loves that
so
one.
sick. Like on
That's a
He
YouTube
silly
loves.
question.
videos.
I've
But
been
you
watching
don't
it
watch
since she
it.
was 12.
Literally.
But
Oh, you
yeah,
know,
no,
that
yeah,
just
yeah.
before you say that, so the signings have come up, by the way. So Joe Hendry's on Raw now. I
Who's
know
that?
you. Right, that's right. Don't say his name, he'll appear.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah. So you got Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, Ruka. And do you know who came back? I know Ryan's going to love this one. So what was the beef? So the Vision were out there doing a promo, and Bron Breakker called himself the leader of the Vision, which I've never heard him say before. But he went, I'm the leader now. I was waiting for Logan Paul to go, hang on, what? But he didn't. So Seth came out to fight him, got battered. But then, do you know who came to save him from the Vision?
Go
The
on.
Street Profits are back. The Street Profits.
What? The red cups. I
Red Cups are
love it.
back. They're back. Yeah, the Street Profits
You
are
know what?
back. Shake up,
Apologies. You know
shake
what?
up.
This is a
What?
very
So
good
hold on.
point. You've made a really good point there, Dazzler, right? I
Yeah,
think it's
God.
an absolute travesty, yeah?
Mm.
In amongst all the adverts they were doing and the American whiskey, American, whatever
Wheatley
vodka and,
vodka.
and Matt Cardona talking about Wendy's chicken and all this stuff.
Matt Cardona, why did you come back, bro? Allow it, but go on.
I
I
can't
don't think
believe.
I haven't seen him win, but go on.
And it's mad. Bearing in mind, this event is 2 nights. How can they have not defended? And they've got 2 tag team titles, by the way, on this promotion. Not even a cheeky little tag team defense. So you've got people like
Yeah.
Red Cups coming back on the night after Raw, being shoehorned into some dead Seth Rollins rival. That's just mad.
But so is Seth? I guess we'll find out. But they came back to save him. But is this another new
I don't
faction for Seth?
no. I think because they had the tag team titles, they just wanted to insert
They're
themselves in a tag
re-establishing to
team.
come and say we're here to take them belts, sort of thing. Right.
Yeah. That's what I assume. I don't think they're with him because they didn't really do a thing after where they went, oh, safe.
Okay.
Because they chased off Theory and Paul, and then Bron Breakker was standing tall over Rollins, just smashing to pieces with spear after spear after spear.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be them two.
Oh,
But
fair
okay,
enough. That
so
makes sense. Then.
what about them? So Trick Williams, I know you don't care, Roy, but he won a US title. Where's he going from here? Because I feel like Ober does overshadow him a bit. If they're both, so no, he's on SmackDown, isn't he? So that's all right.
Yeah.
Is the
I
US
think that
title good, or is it?
no,
Is
it's a
it
good
everything around your
position.
neck?
It's a good position for Trick, definitely, because they do
Yeah.
the open challenge thing. So he'll be on TV
He
every week
won't do the open challenge.
showcasing. You reckon?
That's not in his character, though. I know he's
No,
supposed
but
to
I
be face.
don't. I thought you have to. Ain't it the
No,
thing?
no,
Ain't
no,
that
no.
a thing with the US title?
Well, Zayn handed it to Dragunov, and they always make a big thing about, I hope you would take on the tradition of the open challenge. I can't trick Willie
That's not
in
his
his
locker.
character. He ain't doing that.
But
No.
Carmelo, who's also just as cocky and arrogant, continued it as well.
Carmelo,
So,
they might feud with him.
yeah.
But Carmelo, he changed a bit more hero-y. Like,
Yeah.
he's about his lemon pepper steppers. He's about checks and championships. That's what he's about. Like,
And I think,
yeah, I don't
and I
know.
think, and I think to your point, no, not at all. And I think to Daz's point, Carmelo, we talk about straps and rockets. Carmelo, nah, he's at his limit.
Yeah, I do like him, but I can't imagine him going any much higher than he is now.
Nah, he's
Which
5'5".
reminds me, so
He's 5'5", having 45-minute matches.
Iron Man matches. What?
I think I think it's a good. I think it was a good position for Trick to be in because it gives him a title. Like sometimes, I just said earlier, sometimes you need the title, sometimes the title needs you. I think he needed the title just to give him a bit of establishment. But I think the bigger story, I don't know what they're building to. I really don't with this whole Sami stuff.
Yeah.
He was very heelish in that match.
Mhm.
And he's been acting that way for a while. He's been talking about, Randy telling him to be more vicious and this, and I don't know what they're cooking with him. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope it
but the
doesn't. I
don't know
hope
where
it
he's
doesn't
going.
lead to nothing.
The reality is, right, just to your point, everyone's due a refresh. It's a bit like Rhea Ripley. I personally think, right, and sort of pivoting back, but I'll come full circle. With that whole Jade Cargill match, I think Jade should have won because she needed a title. And I think to reinvent Rhea, I think Rhea should have been a heel. Because then it's like, oh, Rhea, that bitch, she's gone back into things. So going back to the whole, apologies, the match we were just talking about, the Sami Zayn, sorry. If he turned heel or not, no one cares.
I think there's a difference between Rhea. Like Rhea, I think it's a bit stupid if you just change your biggest female face in the company just for the sake of it for a refresh. I don't think she needs a refresh yet. People aren't sick of her. She still gets like Cody needs a refresh, possibly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But
and
I
I
think,
heard Punk would get some boos at the beginning of Raw, but when
But
he
I
came
feel
out, they all cheered. But
I
no,
feel
sorry.
like
Let me finish about.
no, go on.
So we talked about Rhea, but Sami Zayn. I think the way his character was going, he was losing his steam anyway, and then he started whining a lot, a bit like Bret Hart in '97, sort of just whining a lot. People were organically starting to boo him anyway. So right, let's change him. He wasn't top of the tree. Rhea changing
No.
her doesn't make sense yet.
But I feel like with Rhea, right, for the women's
And who would take her
division,
place?
yeah, but I feel like with Rhea, the woman, like with Jade, she needs a title, and I think the difficulty is where does Jade go from here? Has she kept the title, and and I think she could have cheated to win Jade as well, so she still
She
be
might get it
that
back at
bit.
Backlash, you know.
Yeah, but then I think you would have continued the whole "I'm that bitch." Nah. She wasn't good enough, right? Even though Jade cheated, right? Then eventually Rhea, she becomes a bit of like upset about it all, and then she just snaps and becomes a proper bitch. And I think you just switch up the women's division because that is stale, really. Because now with Rhea, she's gone to SmackDown. Who's she facing off against? Tiffany. I mean, who's the other one that came from Stardom? Julia, Chelsea
No,
Green.
don't say Julia.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing there. You need to spice it up sometimes.
They can create a star, I suppose. I don't
Yeah.
know. If you put someone in the feud, they sink or swim, and they usually in the women's division. I don't know. There's no one I can see beating Rhea legit.
No, not yet. Not at least
No
until
one really.
SummerSlam. I think it's going to be a long run. Absolutely,
Got to build
it's gonna be
someone.
a long run. Yeah.
Well,
Because I can't imagine Lyra or no, it could be a Bailey or someone like that.
maybe.
But I don't know who's on Raw and who's on SmackDown. I don't think it matters.
Might be Paige. Who knows?
Or maybe Becky
damn.
Lynch will get rid of. Wait, what? Don't cuss Paige, bro. It's fine.
We're going full circle. We're going full circle to both your points with Sami Zayn. With what are they doing? I mean, yes, they've been teasing that for ages, but ultimately, what comes of it? Because his whole thing is, I want to be the world champ. Now, obviously, this is something we can start talking about now. We all know the plan is Mania is Saudi Arabia next year. So we've got the Royal Rumble.
We said that about the Royal Rumble, didn't we, last year? But this year.
Well, but but I suppose now it's Mania is actually at in Saudi Arabia, and you never know.
He's got a lot of people to leapfrog in those. What
I was gonna
6
say,
months,
you know
8
what?
months.
A lot of people have come up now. Like, can Sami Zayn main event WrestleMania when you've got
As
on
a
your
heel?
book Roman, Seth, Ober,
Punk.
But
Gunther?
Gunther.
I agree.
You just said they're gonna chuck 100 million at Brock. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
Does he main event all over them?
I agree.
I think they've missed their chance with him. You know, I really
I
do.
agree, and this is my point. And the trouble is, you're building up as a heel, but the reality is, in Saudi Arabia, he's a face. He's getting cheered. He'll be coming out, Alhamdulillah, bang, bang, yeah, pop, pop, pop.
Whoa!
It's true,
Cut that!
but
Cut
he
that!
does
Cut
it.
that! Cut that!
No, but he does. That's not. He actually does it. No, he does, bro. Every time he's coming out, Alhamdulillah, starts speaking Arabic, and the crowd goes wild. But they love it. So I'm a bit like, well, what are we doing here? No, I agree. I agree with both your points. What are we doing? Because you're prolonging it. What, for world title picture? No chance. You've got
You
Rhodes
know
and
what?
Cody.
You know, made a very good point a few weeks ago when he said, I don't know if you remember saying this. You know, I'm not being neuralized. I refuse. Sami Zayn has been a heel before. We're
Bare
going
times.
to like he's never been a heel. Oh, you need to learn to cheat. He used to cheat week in,
Conspiracy
week out.
theorists.
Conspiracy. He
Yeah.
used to be the biggest cheating, crazy, moaning, psychopath heel we've ever seen, right?
But him and Kevin Owens
now,
were a heel tag team for like a year.
yeah,
And
now
then
we're
and all of a sudden they
being
turn face. Yeah.
oh, Sammy, you need to learn to cheat. Wait, hold on. What? Oh, I don't know if you've got it in me. We've
I
seen you
know.
versus Johnny Knoxville. We know you have. Like, I don't get it.
I've seen you get trapped into a giant mousetrap. Like you're
Exactly.
a heel, bro. Like, they do some terrible stuff. I do forget that.
I suppose just on that point then, with the whole TKO, them doing some whack stuff, I thought maybe perhaps it'd be a good point just to we're obviously talk about Mania, but there was this leaked audio of Mark Shapiro, who's quite a key figure within TKO, and he basically said, listen, we control creative and we understand the fan base. We may sort of ostracize some fan base, but it's all about the money. We are going to be pushing more celebrities, your Pat McAfee's, your little Yatties, and Jelly Rolls and all of that.
Hey, that yap there, yeah.
Oh, that is.
So yeah, so I don't know. What are your thoughts on that in terms of direction? The company's basically saying, listen, we understand your complaints about Night One. Essentially, tough. We're continuing.
Well, they need
Business
to be
is good.
careful. They need to be careful because I don't know. Were we saying it on Unreal or was it on the podcast? But like the hardcores and the young people who are watching it, whatever. It's like if you keep just forcing, like if you get away from wrestling, from what you actually do, wrestling, or it just becomes a parade of like celebrities. Who cares about storyline? You get storyline just to get viral clicks. Then the AEW fan base is going to grow and grow and grow. Like what was his name? I forget his name. Vince Russo on Coach and Vince Russo's podcast. They're talking to Tony Khan. Said, now is the time, bro. Put your foot on their neck because they are reeling. Right. It was like, and I think he was exaggerating a bit, but they're not reeling yet, but the cracks are there. And if you like wrestling and all like Tony Khan said on that podcast, all I'm saying is it's not an alternative. It is what it is. It's something else. Just watch one of our pay-per-views. Just watch one and see what you think. And more people are going to get, because you know, the other group, I mean, with like all the Jason, Kieran, all them lot, Kieran hasn't watched wrestling in time. He went, he said this is the first WrestleMania he might miss in years.
Wow.
Ross it. And he's a diehard WWE. Like, I've been talking to him about AEW at the time. Just watch it. Long. You know, there's people just refuse. Like, just go on ITV, just fucking watch it once. And they're just so stubborn they won't. They're not watching WWE as much. And they'll go, meh, WWE's a bit whack now. These people, one by one, are going to fall off.
Yeah.
And all these adults who have kids, and the kids get into it because mainly we make them watch it, or they find it themselves maybe. Slowly but surely, you're gonna lose all your fans. Like, you're going to get back to
that's your team. That's your TV audience as well. Sorry, let me just say this point quickly. That's your TV audience.
Sorry, that's a rant, but go on.
Your live audiences are going to diminish as well, because at the moment, people are going, WrestleMania like a cult spectacle. You go there for the experience and stuff, but that's an anomaly. But they are pricing people out of just your ordinary Raws, SmackDowns, house show, or live events, or whatever it is. Because I understand it. Even when they come to the UK, my daughter wants to go. Every time they come to the UK, they want to go. And before we could afford it,
get a 60, 50 pound ticket and shit in it sometimes.
You can't get that anymore. That's done.
Really?
You're looking at like almost 150 to 200 minimum.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, can I? Let me say this as well.
That's the sit up. That's up to sit up in the gods.
First boss, by the way. thinking about it, this has been their motto because me and Hepburn used to go and watch UFC. We love UFC and we used to watch Bellator, which was the second company.
Yeah.
We used to go and watch it in the O2 Arena for like 50 quid, 40 quid, whatever.
Yeah.
But whenever the UFC came, you could not, it was £200 for a ticket. This is
what I mean.
TKO's absolute MO. And
Absolutely.
the brand
what
will,
Mark-
they will come and see it. So we went to watch Bellator, not UFC, because fuck it.
And that's what they're
It's
going to
too
eventually
expensive.
do, because like going back to Russo's point, if Tony Khan has done it, he kind of made the UK his second home. We've had Wembley every year. We've made it a big deal and Forbidden Door, blah, blah, blah. If he does more, if he promotes more in the UK, you know, I don't know. Like it's
More
not,
people
it's a
go and
market.
watch it.
It's a market that's to grab. I don't know the logistics and cost wise of how much it costs to fly everyone over and put on a show and keep it cheap. I don't know. But my point is,
Well, they managed it for ages, and it's going to be
the
all right.
WWE audience, perhaps, like I said, the TV audience, if you were saying, is switching off. So the live audience might be priced out too soon.
Yeah, I just think
I-
when you look at the numbers, right? Imagine, cost of living. Not to be a bit of a bore, the cost of living.
No, you're
and you just
completely
go,
right, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to travel to, I don't know, a certain part of America or wherever they decide to do Disney Mania. And then you rock up there, it's the flights, the food, the cost, all of that stuff.
Mm.
And then you only get 83 minutes of wrestling. That's mad.
That's
So
true.
then
Oh my God. Imagine being in the
it's-
crowd. Oh, yeah, of course.
So every minute, like, and it's not just not just TV crowds, but live crowds just sat there and think, oh man, a first boss Dazzler, what a sick match. All of a sudden, do you sometimes like Wendy's? Why don't you tune in? You're like, what? And then you see like another Hulk Hogan Netflix documentary ad for like 3-4 minutes. So I did a bit of research on this, right? I think there
Of
was
course you
like
did.
slightly before TKO, right? And before Mania was a pay-per-view, there was obviously zero ads. Then when they started moving on to it, then there was like 3 minutes worth of ads, the whole Mania. Then, as you can imagine, it's
Was that on the network they started doing that, didn't they?
Yeah,
Like Snickers adverts and shit.
yeah.
And is it a mobile company, whatever,
Exactly. And it increased. But again, in amongst that, you had your backstage segments, you had your videos, your vignettes. So it all comes to it. Now you're in a situation where 83 minutes of what was a 4-hour show, in amongst
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, in amongst you waiting to queue up, because let's face it, I know there's 4 hours, but it's to get there, and you get there and you're like, right, can't wait for this. And you don't get much action. You can see why Tony Khan's putting out a cheeky little tweet, AW's are the best wrestle, because you get action. Even the pre-show, you get full-on action. You get your money's worth. I finished the
think
AW
AEW,
program
though,
and I'm battered.
AEW's too relentless though, bruv. Like, it is sick, but you get your money's worth. I'm waiting for my toilet break, and I'm like, as soon as that match ends, bang, the next person's out. Now, I didn't get time to go to the bar.
The promo's out on the big screen telling us the next match. You're like, whoa.
I know. It's just already. I'm like, I'm loving it, but I'm like, geez, I need a wee. When's Mercedes Monet out? Jesus. But
wow.
I've got two points on the live people going to WWE. From what I noticed, so they're showing it on Netflix every week, right? Especially WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I've got Collision in the background now. I've paused it, and I'm looking at the front row here. Just all actual fans, normal people, front 3 rows, whatever. I noticed they go, oh, we got Lil Yachty in the crowd. We got Cameron. We got this. They got everyone like Daniel Cormier from UFC.
Daniel Cormier. Yeah.
Kittle, Gronkowski, all these people. I realised the front 5 rows of people are special guests and Netflix people.
Like celebs and
Celebs, basically.
It's like boxing now,
corporate people.
Yeah.
Like normal people can't even get those tickets anymore.
Yeah, you can't buy them. Yeah. They're reserved for TV spots. Yeah.
And also, I noticed as well they tried to lie to me because I watch NFL. I know how big the Las Vegas Raiders stadium is. It's a massive stadium, and they're going, "Oh, it's a capacity crowd." And when you have a ring, there's more capacity because of people sitting on the floor. You don't have the 100-yard thing. They go, "Oh, we're sold out, 50,000 people." I'm like, hang on, the capacity is bigger than that, so it's not sold out at all. So they couldn't. They didn't sell out WrestleMania.
No,
It's a 70,000 seat. It's a 70,000 seat stadium.
I was going to say night one, but they didn't say sell out. To be fair, normally they lie.
I
But
heard
this time
capacity
they
crowd. I heard capacity
Well,
crowd.
he
That's
said
what stuck in my
50,000
head.
for night one, and then he was like 55 for night 2 or something like that. So they didn't fudge the numbers
Which is
in the sense
cheeky
where they
because
went,
I heard
80,000
capacity crowd.
people.
which is
Capacity
cheeky
means
because
that it's full.
which is
He
cheeky
said
because
capacity.
I imagine the people that bought
Yeah,
night
they didn't say
one were
sellout.
probably the same people that went to night two.
Same thing.
But it's funny. No, I think it's interesting and
Well,
funny enough,
They're losing life. They're losing life.
what I will say is just quickly on
even
that,
Kevin
right?
Nash said himself, he was saying, oh, normally I do signings, because it's a big event. Like, you got your old timers coming out doing signings for like t-shirts. He's like, listen, yeah.
And
Normally I do
everyone comes to WrestleMania weekend, like Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
PWG
Everyone.
used to do one.
MLW,
Battle of Los Angeles. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kevin was basically saying, listen, I'm normally signing t-shirts and I wasn't really hearing British accents. I weren't hearing Australian
Oh.
accents. It was a lot of just Americans. And it's interesting, I'm a sucker for entrances, there's no secret. So
Yeah.
I was looking, and I do like to watch an entrance from an audience perspective, right? To get the lore of it. And imagine in those nosebleed seats, right? Paying like £600 for 83 minutes. That is mad. That is mad. And these people were zooming into the actual screen. So basically, like you and I, watching it from home, these guys were zooming into this. You get the big screen in the stadium rather than actually seeing the action because they get a better view. $100. And then like a hot dog was like $40. Man,
And that's just for one night as well. 600 for one night.
Jesus.
mad.
Imagine if you like a drink as well. $20 per drink.
You're talking over $1,000 just to go and watch 2 nights of wrestling, which I don't know. Anyway, you know what? Sometimes I think, and actually, do you know what? Let me not say it. Nah, sometimes you know what? Good. The WWE audience, you're idiots anyway. You deserve everything you get. Sometimes
I know
you
see
are.
that.
You are. You're all dumb because like when Randy Orton's like smashing people to pieces.
This would be a short.
No, when they smack Randy Orton, I need to get some heel heat. Smashing Cardona, making him bleed. Like,
One more time.
One more time. We're like, oh, shut up. Look at what's going on here. Like, boo the man. He's trying to get booed, yeah? One more time. Why are you saying, what's wrong with you lot? Like, Cody's your hero, and you're saying one more time. Shut up, man. Good. I'm glad you. I hope you pay more.
A year ago, we want him to finish the story. No, boo. Fickle fans. Fickle. And it's interesting. I don't know, apologies.
He finished the story next chapter, isn't it?
It's mad. And I know, I'm sorry, and I do apologise. And I know we talk about every year, but it just shows how pivotal this part of the story was. And I do think it's telling for all of this, and it's been now nearly 2 years. Hey, where is The Rock?
I'm not getting into that. We're not. That's for next week. I can't believe we didn't hear his music. It was.
We get into it.
Don't get me mad.
Man was in Vegas of night one. He could have put a cheek in.
Man was in Vegas. You can't even come out. Nah, I'm done with it.
He didn't come out and do a flamethrower or something, whatever he does. Why is he? What?
He was. Yeah, so it was Disney. He was doing a thing for, because of Moana, the real
Moana
life.
2, innit?
Yeah, no, the real life anime, like the real life films. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, the live action. Apologies. And he did like a quick talk, and you're in the state. He could have easily done a quick charter, hi, bye, and that's it.
Well,
but
Americans love to drive. Like it'd be 4-hour drive for him, 3-hour drive.
Right,
and he'd say, bang, what's going on, guys?
A helicopter.
I gotta get back home for my daughter's birthday. Because they were asking him about, are you gonna be at Mania? And he went, nah, daughter's birthday, sorry. And it's like,
it's a swerve, bro.
Which was the next day, by the way. And again, I don't know what his schedule's like. He is he sits on the board of directors in TKO. And I would have thought, business is down. It's in your interest. But the thing is, this is what Mark Shapiro is saying.
Is it down?
Exactly.
On
this
what
is my point. This is my point.
Yeah, sorry.
You're like, do you like Mania? I'm not watching Mania. Even the guys that always watch Mania, that's all well and good. But from TKO's perspective, we're making more money than we ever have done.
They've got to be careful with that, though. You're making money when the sun shines, but you need longevity money, not.
Yeah, man.
And I think you're saying they're making money, but I'm pretty sure they're in debt as well. So there is that.
Oh, they're trying to make their nut back from buying the company in the first place. The way when actual Disney bought Star Wars for like $4 billion, they pumped out all these shit films to get their money back. Yeah. They're trying to break even now and then further make money later, I suppose. That's not a good fucking. Oh, that's not good news.
I think it's hard to lose fans.
Oh god.
I think it's hard to lose fans, right? But it's even harder to win them back.
Is that the same?
No, no,
It's hard to keep fans. Yeah.
It's harder to lose. It's hard to lose fans, right? But it'll be even harder to win them back. This is a Roy saying. Yeah, you can put credit as a short.
I was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna
I
say
think
you bastardise an old saying, like it's easy to
pretty
get
much.
fans, it's hard to keep them. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
true. But then yeah, once you lose someone, nah. Once you're a wrestling fan, all it takes is one thing, like the Bloodline or something, to be like, and then you start watching it again
but
every week. Like,
I think there will
yeah,
come a time though where you'll have your new diehards, whereby their mania is all in.
I think we're looking 5, 10 years in that, but you never know. Actually, the way it's going, we don't know. We don't know.
Tony's a shrewd businessman, and obviously he's
but it's
he's a
not the
mark.
same. It's not the same spectacle. It's not. We have to admit it might be a better show, but it's not the same.
not.
It's not like the
But it's-
fanfare. Like WWE have that WWE world. They have all the meet and greet.
I agree.
It's
Mania is a
grandfathered in, isn't it?
whole. Mania is like
I-
an experience. It's not just one night of wrestling, 2 nights of wrestling. It's the whole thing. They built that. They made it into something, and you have to, credit where credit's due.
I totally agree with
AEW
you.
haven't got that yet.
But when you compare a company that's been doing that, 42 times,
Yeah, exactly. That's my
another
point. So you
company-
can't say
Well, yeah, it's an institution.
yeah,
You're
but
right.
another
They
company
may
that's
get there,
been
but we're
doing it.
not talking now. Like as I said, 10 years maybe.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
Not
So I mean,
now.
10 years. But to Daz's point, maybe sooner than you think, because if people can't afford to go to Disney Mania but can afford to go to an All In, yeah, why not?
But then make all in big, make all in a bigger, make all in, because we discussed this on the pod the other day. What is AEW's WrestleMania? I think they've got a big four. They haven't really got one. You got to pick one and make that your spectacle. You got to
I
make
think
that your
I think they're all the
focal
same
point.
now. You know, they're all like
That's what I'm trying to say.
all in.
You can't say
even like a
All In's
Wrestle
gonna
Dream Dynasty. Obviously, you got the Double or Nothing. You got your All In, All Out, all that stuff.
Revolution.
But I think they're all
All
like
Gear.
kind of the same now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
they're
you
all
need
kind of the same.
pick one and make it your focal. Make it
All Out.
all in the next year and make it not just the next just make all in if you're going to pick that, all out if you're going to pick that, double or nothing, whatever you want, make it your focal point, and then maybe you got a business, like maybe you can, but they haven't got, there's no way they can compete with WrestleMania because they haven't got, it's not focal enough, is it?
The lineage, all that shit. Yeah. I don't know. It's too hard to deal with that. It's like imagine a new football league starting up 5 years ago, trying to compete with the Premier League. It's just not going to happen for ages.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not apples to
But
oranges.
you can
but
start now, though.
Yeah.
Like you just said with the lineage, you can start building a lineage now by making one of your big pay-per-views your, I don't know, I know they don't do Double or Nothing 1, Double or Nothing 2, Double or Nothing 3. They haven't done it like how WrestleMania's done it. But
Maybe they should. They could do it now.
maybe they should have, really.
We know that Undertaker didn't have a streak until like he was 10 in. They went,
So
shit.
one of them
They went, he's 9-0. He's 9-0. Sick.
Yeah. So at the 10-year mark, you can go at All In 10 because this is the 10th year all, and then just start numbering it from there.
And also Star Wars 1 was the Star Wars, and then all of a sudden in the 90s they went, oh yeah, it's episode 4. So what?
Yeah.
And they called it a New Hope. Oh, I guess it is now, isn't it? Yeah, it's episode 4 now, isn't it? It's your company.
It is true, and every now and again they sort of make references to Dynamite. This is the 500th episode Dynamite. You're like, right, 500. So, but I do think Tony, he's a shrewd businessman, and he's probably watching the whole Wendy's adverts and this adverts. He's obviously he must be monitoring the backlash and thinking, I'm not doing any of that.
You're repeating yourself now, so we need to get out of here soon.
Yeah, let's call it a day. Yeah.
Any last words for First Boss about WrestleMania Night 2? Did you enjoy it more than one? Was it good?
Yeah, definitely enjoyed it more than Night 1. Was the overall experience a little bit underwhelming? I'd say so. I'd say it was underwhelming, but it's WrestleMania, innit? So you expect a little
grade.
Meh.
What was your grade? What was your grade, First Boss?
Out of what? What, ABC or
letters?
Like
ABC. Yeah, ABC letters.
C+.
Yeah,
I was going to say C+. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
What about you, Roink?
Yeah,
you said C+.
The
way you chat is like an okay, cool. All right, fine.
I do think you'd probably go D-, but fair
Maybe
enough.
D- actually. D-. Final. D-.
Such an AEW fan. Just you will like this. It's fine. I go, oh, yeah, one more time. Right.
Dazzler?
Yeah, I was going to say C+. Yeah, because it was just For a pay-per-view, good. For WrestleMania, not so much. But I
And the
wouldn't put it
double A
down
was
there
here.
like one of your... Hey,
It'll be A star,
guys!
star, star, A star, star, the greatest mania ever. I thought they could never like compete with the Cena run, but this was just incredible.
Especially because the ruler won, isn't it? Yeah, so that's why he's all
Literally.
about it. Right. Thank you very
Classic
much,
double
ladies
A.
and gentlemen. What's the next pay-per-view coming up then? I know there's one May 12th, and that's the next AEW, isn't it? So we've
Yeah,
got a couple of weeks of normal wrestling. To see
yeah,
what WWE do with their storyline going forward, the Fatu rubbish.
And we'll see,
See if
and then
Greg
we'll
gets
see about
involved.
the Darby Allin era,
yeah,
Oh my God.
which we need to
yeah.
discuss at length on next week's pod
Okay, cool. Got
because
me
we haven't
angry
given
that.
that enough time or energy,
I
and I
refuse
feel
to
it
get... I'm
needs
not
it.
talking. I'm not talking.
I mean,
I'll be like,
Dynamite this week, depending on when this comes out, I don't want to timestamp us,
yeah,
but he's fighting
yeah.
Ciampa for the title, so
It'd be
routine
interesting.
title win there.
Right, yeah. Right, thank you for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we'll get out some more shorts because they seem to be enjoyed. That is First Boss. Really, I'm just talent. I'm not a tech guy. I'm not behind a computer. But we'll get some more shorts out, and hopefully if you like them, like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will try and interact as much as possible. If you make a comment, we're gonna say hello, and we're gonna always answer back. Any question you want to ask us, we're there. So thank you for
100%.
bearing with us. And for the First Boss, say goodbye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Roink the Clown, the star of the show, say goodbye, sir.
Watch AEW. Enjoy
He's
the
on
show. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the show.